Welcome to the University of Kansas School of Law's Career Services Office Boot Camp. My name is Stacey Blakeman, and I am the Director of Career Services. Today, we will discuss how to prepare a legal resume. Our objectives for this presentation are to give you an overview of legal resumes, to set forth the general formatting guidelines, to walk you through an example which shows you how to incorporate these guidelines, and to cover some important tips to keep in mind. The purpose of a resume is to highlight your skills so they are relevant to the employer's needs in order to convince them to meet you in person. You want the content of your resume, not how it looks, to catch the employer's attention. Expectations for legal resume formatting are profession-wide, and employers appreciate a consistent and conservative style. You should think of your resume as a snapshot with breadcrumbs. Include your most recent achievements, in other words, not everything you have ever done, and drop additional pieces of information that an employer can follow up on as desired. A legal resume is not the time to show your flair. It is a visually pleasing but utilitarian document meant to make its content easily digestible. We know employers scan resumes, so you want to make it easy for them to read and not disadvantage yourself right off the bat. A legal resume should be kept to one page. There is no objective or summary statement on a legal resume. You should avoid using colored ink or paper and keep your formatting plain. 1-inch margins, 11 or 12-point text size in a standard font. A legal resume has 4 main sections. Section 1 is a header with your name and contact information. Section 2 is education. Section 3 is experience. And Section 4 is a bonus section where you can add information about you, such as additional skills, community involvement, or personal interests. Resumes are not narratives. They are a breakdown of significant accomplishments that showcase your transferable skills. When identifying these accomplishments, think about 6 main categories: law school, undergrad, and grad school if relevant, legal work experience, non-legal work experience, other skills / community involvement, and personal interests. Work experience, both legal and non-legal, can be lumped together into one category, as can other skills / community involvement / personal interests. Let's do a deep dive into an example of a law student's resume. Cameron Cruz's header is very basic. Their name is in all caps, so it stands out. Below their name is their contact information. Your header will be used to create consistency among your application documents. Your cover letter and list of references will also have an identical header. You may use your KU email or a personal email, as long as it is professional sounding. For education, the most important thing goes first: your enrollment at KU Law. Any previous degrees follow in reverse chronological order. Write the full name of the school, the location, and when the degree was conferred. Because you are still a law student, you should modify your graduation date from law school by indicating the degree is anticipated or expected. Include the degree you earned. Note that the degree you get in law school is a Juris Doctor, not a Juris Doctorate. Don't make this mistake. Leave a space for your GPA and class rank. As you can see, Cameron has not yet received their grades, so they wrote TBD, and will update their resume with the information once they have it. Omitting your GPA and rank from your resume can be a strategic decision and may be something to consider if you have below a 3.0. The CSO can help you determine the best option, so please come talk to us if you are uncertain about what to do. Next comes information about awards, scholarships, student group participation, and anything to show your involvement and interests. For now, Cameron's undergraduate section has a full list of information about their participation and accolades. However, as they gain more legal experience and more law school involvement, they will eventually edit out less relevant information. The experience section is where you show what you are bringing to the table as a candidate. The most recent experiences come first, and the rest follow in reverse chronological order. The title of this section depends on what you include. For example, you may include leadership experience with volunteer organizations, and if so, you should title the section something like Relevant Experience or Work and Leadership Experience. As you can see, Cameron doesn't have legal experience. That is okay. Legal experience doesn't automatically make you a better candidate. Cameron took their positions as a bank teller and assistant habitat coordinator and showed what skills they gained from the jobs that they will bring with them into their legal career. They highlight their abilities to work with a high volume of customers, to offer diligent services, to increase growth for the company, and to give attention to detail. Don't just describe job duties. Expound upon what you took from them. Think about what transferable skills are important to an employer. Some examples include being task-oriented, time management skills, project management, organization and analytical skills, ability to manage up and down, leadership and team building skills, interpersonal skills, work ethic. All experiences can be made relevant and applicable to a legal resume by focusing on the transferable skills gained. The last extra section is customizable. Maybe you have community involvement you want to highlight, or perhaps you have specialized training in something that didn't fit in your experience section. The title of this section must match its contents. So don't say it is an additional skills section if the only thing you've included are personal interests. Generally, the section should include volunteer experience, any language skills or special certifications you have, and a bullet point that lists a few non-law school hobbies. Get specific about your personal interests. It may seem silly, but our office receives consistent feedback from employers that they enjoy this section and often pull from it during interviews to get to know more about candidates. What we have presented thus far is the rule, but of course there are some exceptions. Occasionally, a legal resume may be more than one page. For example, if a non-traditional law student had a particularly illustrious career before law school, there may be a passable argument for a 2-page resume, but this means 2 full pages, not 1.5. If you think this applies to you, please contact the CSO because we can help you determine how to proceed. Federal government jobs, especially those found on the USA Jobs website, require a long-form resume. As you just learned, a traditional legal resume is just a snapshot and highlights only the most relevant information. But a long-form resume will include every position you have held and a specific list of duties and accomplishments associated with each position. Because many federal government positions come with specific pay bands based on past work and/or educational history, every bit of prior experience can help boost you towards a higher pay band, so you want your long-form resume to be as comprehensive as possible. Finally, once you graduate law school and pass the bar, your bar membership becomes the most important piece of information and should be the first thing below your header on your resume. Here are some additional tips to keep in mind so that your resume stands out for the right reasons. Use strong action verbs. Directed, coordinated, developed, generated, and implemented are more powerful than helped, participated in, observed, wrote, or attended. Use the correct tense. Anything you are currently doing is in present tense. Anything you have done in the past and no longer do is in past tense. Be consistent with formatting throughout your document. If you bold the name of the organization and italicize the position, you must do that for all positions. If you abbreviate Juris Doctor to JD, then you must abbreviate Bachelor of Arts to BA. If you put periods at the end of some bullets, you need to for all of them. You must carefully edit your resume through the eyes of the employer. Sloppiness doesn't sell you as a competitive candidate. Remember that a resume showcases your transferable skills. It isn't a previous opportunity that sells you as a candidate. Instead, it is what you took from the experience. Finally, remember that a resume is a working document. You'll be having new experiences that should be added to the resume, and space restrictions will force you to omit things. The CSO is happy to talk about how to determine what to keep and what to delete as the time comes for you to make updates. We hope this tutorial helps you as you begin to draft your first legal resume. Please reach out to the CSO for more guidance or clarification. Rock chalk!